what's up? It's me, Stephanie B from 5 Mid Mornings, and we are here for 5 listening sessions this time, joined by Pixie Whip. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks for having
and
me.
taking time out of your busy schedule to come and sing for us today. We're so excited to have you. My first question, one of my favorite questions to ask artists, because I think everyone's journey is so different from each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is when did you first discover that music was something that you were interested in, and more so, something that you could potentially do as like a career, as a job? So I suppose, when did you first fall in love with it, and then when did it turn into a job or a career?
Okay, so my first sort of experience with it was when I was 10.
Okay.
And yeah, it goes pretty far back, and I picked up the guitar and was like, cool, that's it for me. I just was obsessed. And then I went through this weird phase where, because I had started music as kind of more of a therapy, I couldn't understand how capitalism like interjected into it.
So business,
yeah,
that it's actually a business. It's not just
actually quite
emotional.
cool that happened. So I went through this whole phase where I was like, wow, people actually like can do this as a living. And I went through this really weird, I couldn't come to terms with it. I was like, okay, so, and then I was like, why isn't everyone trying to do that? Because like, it's really awesome. So yeah, there was like, those are the two, but I suppose that second sort of phase happened only when I was around 19, 20. So I've been doing it my whole life, never really planned on studying it, went and studied a bunch of other things. Yeah, and then it sort of just wouldn't leave my life alone. And I was like, maybe I should try and also other people saying you should do this.
You should actually look at doing this for real.
Maybe I should listen. Yeah.
So did you carry on with the guitar? Is that something you still play?
Yeah, so I play guitar. I've been playing for about 14 years now.
Oh my goodness.
Play keys as well, and also the ukulele, but I'm a bit rough on the ukulele.
Okay. I mean.
Yeah.
You're already a multi-instrumentalist. It's okay. You don't need to add more to the list.
I mean, I'm not great, but I'm,
You're there.
I'm there.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a few songs for us this morning. What is the first track that you're going to sing?
So the first one's going to be Feel It.
Okay. Do you want to tell me a bit about the song and what it's about?
So this one I actually wrote about my Nana. She passed away like 2 years ago. Okay. And I mean, I've had some grief in my life, and I wanted to find a cool way to process it. And I think it's something we all go through, and it's not necessarily grieving people only that have passed away, but also just grieving, phases of your life and things that are no longer there. And I suppose that I'm someone who wants to run away from feeling, because I feel quite deeply and I feel quite a lot, quite sensitive. Yeah. So I'm like, let's go the other way. We don't have to feel anything, and it doesn't help. So yeah, I suppose like the main line of the song is, it only goes away if you feel it. And that's just something that was like, yeah, I need to write it. The whole song was actually inspired by that thing of like, can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go through it. So that was going to be somewhere in the song, and then we reworked that. But yeah, that's basically what that's about.
And that's on having an avoidant attachment style.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's called Feel It. Let it rip.
Maybe being misunderstood is a superpower, and I wouldn't sweat it. I'm feeling so much better lately. Maybe it's the good things I have cultivated. I'm sipping on your energy like it's a cup of tea, and I wanna tell you something. I've been mistreated, try to delete it. It only goes away if you feel it. It only goes away if you feel it. It only goes away if you feel it. Tell me things that you usually hide. I see way more than you realize. Tell me things that you want me to hide. A safe space for your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby, I've been lost and found so many times. Got the t-shirt and burned it. Questioning why me, but baby, who would you be? Yeah, if it was different. I'm starting to appreciate the lessons I learned from mistakes. Let me tell you something. I've been defeated, try to delete it. It only goes away if you feel it. Tell me things that you usually hide. I see way more than you realize. Tell me things that you want me to hide. A safe space for your mind. Tell me things that you usually hide. I see way more than you realize. Tell me things that you want me to hide. A safe space for your mind. You're in everything I love. You're in everything I see. You're in everything I love. You're in everything I see.
Thank you.
This is so much more nerve-wracking than playing to like a huge audience because it's like just so many people who are completely focused on just you. You can't
Was that
just.
too much for one room?
It's never too much for one room. Okay, so on to one of my second favorite questions, I suppose, to ask artists that come through here, which is, who would you count as your biggest musical inspirations, part one, and part two, if you could collaborate with literally anyone in the world right now, alive, currently alive, and write a really good song with him, get into studio. You're not just like, being thrown onto their song. You're actually writing a song with him from start to finish. Who do you think that artist would be? So let's start with the inspirations and then the ultimate collab.
Okay, is it okay if the inspiration and the collab are the same?
Oh, yeah.
Because inspiration is it's like a check-in thing. It's like is that who am I inspired by right now? Because I go through so many phases of listening to different artists.
Of course,
Dominic Fike is
okay.
Just insane. And I actually feel like I'm not going to be one of those people where I'm like, I listened to him before he was cool. But I was really into I was listening to his album in December and I was like, yo, why is no one talking about this dude?
Yeah.
He just, from instruments, I mean, the way he plays a guitar is insane. So he's a huge inspiration for me at the moment. How his lyrics kind of don't make sense. Like he'll talk about his sister playing and then it'll be like, now we're out in the sun. I don't know. It's just like, but he builds a whole story. I also think because he's an actor and he has to go through scripts, he knows how to create plots in his songs. So yeah, inspiration, and would love to collaborate. Please, if you are listening to this, Dominic Fike, please let's make a song because I would love to.
Dear Mr. Fike.
He's amazing.
We would like to make a song.
Yeah, please.
Hit Pixie up at Pixie Whip on
Seriously,
Instagram.
please do it.
Seriously though, please. We're not desperate or anything. So the next track that you've got for us?
The next one I'm going to do is Midnight Scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, this
one?
a song that was produced by PH Fat.
Ooh, shout out Mike.
To my homie, my big brother. Yeah, he produced this and was kind of like, do you want to do vocals? And I was like, let me check my schedule. Yeah.
Take the lead. Take me. Let you take me anywhere. the starlight. Kiss me with my hands tied. Taste me with my hands tied. Oh, I'm yours, I'm yours. Dark side, you could have my dark side. Take me in the starlight, naked in the starlight. Kiss me with my hands tied, with my hands tied. Oh, I'm yours, I'm yours. I'd follow you anywhere. I'd come with you. I'd come with you. I'd come with you.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we hear your final track, a question that I think is interesting, and I usually get different answers depending on who I'm asking to,
Hit
because
me.
it is different for everyone.
Okay.
What does the songwriting process look like for you from beginning to end? Do you get like a melody first in your head that kind of gets stuck, and then you find lyrics or words, or are you more like a writing words down, lyrics down first, and then finding a melody to like that works with them? What does it look like from idea to studio?
Okay. Sometimes it differs, but not always.
Okay.
It usually starts with a concept or
Okay.
a feeling, which I've gotten good at using my notes. Like I might see something and then be like, that feeling needs to be the song.
Okay.
Or yeah, it really depends. But a lot of the time it starts with lyrics or an idea and then putting like words to the feeling or yeah, I suppose that's actually where it mostly starts. And then I'll sit in studio and start finding samples that like match that feeling. So I'll be like, cool, these keys match what I'm trying to speak about here. Sometimes I make the track first and then I'm like, that makes me feel what does the song make me feel? It's all about feeling. I think at the end of the day, to be honest, yeah, it's like, but it comes to me in weird times. I've woken up, that person where I wake up at 3 a.m. and I sit up and I'm like, okay, that's a line. That's a line that has to, I'll have a thought and be like, oh my gosh, we need to put that in a song, So a
Have
lot
you
of
ever
it
stopped mid-shower? You've like switched the water off and you run out and you grab your phone and you're like, I need to write this down before I forget.
I probably have, to be honest. Like, it comes to me in weird times.
And then do you have a group of people like, is it a very solitary process for you, or do you include people at specific points, people you can get opinions and advice from, whether it's like a trusted collaborator, even just a friend or a family member, somebody that you go to, or is it very solitary? Because I have had a few artists come through where they're like, no, I don't let anyone hear anything until I'm in the final stages. I'm in the recording studio with my producer, and that is the first time anyone else hears my idea.
So feedback is it can play quite a psychological role in how you make the song.
For sure.
So I think if you ask, the wrong person who might not be into that genre, they're going to be like, don't like it. And then
Bad
you actually
advice.
have this great song. And then because of that. So if I'm super unsure of it, I will ask the right people. So I'll ask like my producer friends, musician people,
Of course.
and ask them in like, music lingo, what does this verse need something? Is it missing? Is it too bright? If I think it's really cool, I leave it. And it's been only because I kind of believe in myself as a producer and I can mix well.
So I do think it is becoming a lot more common that you kind of need to be able to do everything.
And also
yourself.
just having more women in production.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like, yes,
Yay,
do it. If you're thinking about it, go out and do it.
Go and
please.
study.
It's
We have
really cool.
Yeah, we have, and I do think that it is something that is traditionally dominated by men.
Yeah.
And I do think more women need to get into it because we do certainly bring a different ear and a different
Absolutely.
sound.
The feminine energy in the studio
Yes.
is like wildly,
And
also beautifully different in its own way.
And a different lived experience. And I think it shows in the music.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the final track you've got for us, what's this one about?
Okay, so I think, I'm going to do Green Summer.
Okay.
This one I released this as we were going into winter in SA to just keep my like summer mindset.
Oh, sweet.
No, kind of. But I'm a nature person, love nature. Get it from my mama. I think that we don't go outside enough. And I kind of wanted to write a song that was like, if Mother Nature was to sit me down and be like, you need a day outside.
Touch grass.
How would she, how would she like say it to me in a song? So that's honestly, that's kind of what this one's about. It's very straightforward,
I love it.
It's a great summer, so much I wanna tell. I'll be beside you when you need to breathe. I could be your summer's day or your summer breeze. Good vibrations. celebrations all around me, and it's a green summer. So much I wanna tell you. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's a green summer. So much I wanna tell you. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. We're made of the same sky. Yeah, if you just go outside, she'll be like a lullaby when you need it. And it's dopamine you seek. Well, maybe it's out at sea, yeah, or in between the leaves. Don't you see, can't you see, don't you see? So much I wanna tell you. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's a green summer. So much I wanna tell you. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Thank you.
Okay, that was absolutely amazing. And I love how like every single time I see a new Pixie Whip track into my inbox, I'm like, I don't know what to expect quite. Like, you definitely have a sound, and I think you've got an identifiable sound, but I love the way how it's not in a predictable way and that you shake it up and you change it up just enough on every track. And the fact that you work with a different producer, like you work with Mike or you work with PH Fat, and you do your own stuff as well, I think it adds like another layer that is very interesting. Otherwise, it could get repetitive. Any artist can get repetitive.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how you mentioned Dominic Fike, I think it's something he does really well.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino as well does very, very well. If you listen to their album from beginning to end, they're telling a story.
Yeah.
It still makes sense. It's still them,
Yeah.
very much so. But every single song sounds
Unique.
so different
Yeah.
and unique.
Ah, awesome.
And I love
That's
it. And I
cool.
love that you're giving that energy.
Thank you. That's really
100%.
cool. Thanks.
Okay, so we are in August now. We're in Women's Month. And I suppose we're kind of just over halfway through the year. A little bit of 2024 left. What is coming up for Pixie Whip for the rest of 2024?
Shows. I just want to
Shows.
play. I want to. So I did Kirsten Bosch with
Amazing.
Neon Dreams in, when was it? April.
Amazing.
It was the largest crowd I've ever. It was 4,000 people, which is, you know, it's not little, but I mean,
it's a lot. It's still a lot though. And in Kirsten Bosch, it can seem
Yes,
like even
everyone's
more because it's on a slope.
Yeah, you see everybody.
Very imposing, very scary.
So intense, very scary. And now that's all I want to do is just jump on big stages. So I'm just, I'm really looking forward to Park Live. And I think I've got 5 gigs already booked in August, which is really cool. So I'm just hoping that when season comes, I just want to do lots of shows in summer. I just want to be hitting the road.
Yeah.
With my guitar and just
Your guitar.
doing my guitar, just doing as many shows as possible, and my band in Dribs and Drabs, which I'm slowly putting together.
So, yeah. And then if we want to stay up to date with new releases, obviously you got social media and all that stuff.
Yeah. So Pixie.whip. Yes, on TikTok and Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
for
you.
the 5 listening sessions.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah.
This is